What's up everybody, this is Vanquish X and today I'll be bringing you guys my review of Batman the Killing Joke, which is based on one of the best comic books ever written in my opinion. And going into this I was naturally excited as some of the voice cast were the voices I grew up with Batman the animated series, and it's the Killing Joke, so yeah, I was excited as all hell, and I hadn't read a review, listened to a review or anything like that. I just saw some rumblings on Twitter about complaints of the first 20 minutes of the film, which is a prologue. None of that happens in the book, it's just to make the film a bit longer. And the prologue is basically, it begins a week before the Killing Joke happens, and it follows Batman and Batgirl as they get involved with a crime boss's nephew. And during the first confrontation, when he fights Batgirl, he gets slightly obsessed with her. He starts sending her weird messages, calls her baby, and seems to like her in that way. And this is when Batman takes Batgirl off the case completely, and as he knows the guy is clearly crazy, will get inside her head and will most likely get her killed. So he takes her off it and says, I'll deal with this one, you just go off until I get it done. Of course she doesn't like this, and cracks in their working relationship begin to become apparent. And she goes off and disobeys an order he gave her by going after the guy. And obviously she's complaining that she doesn't like that he says his rule is law, basically. And then in response to this, he tells her, fine, get out. If you don't like my rule, even though it's just to keep you alive, get out. You won't be Batgirl anymore, we're not partners, no more crime fighting, see you later. And then a fight breaks out between the two because she gets really angry at this. And then it ends with Batman and Batgirl fucking on a rooftop. Yeah, they do the bat nasty, and it's weird. It's Batman and Batgirl. Ugh, come on, it's weird, and I understand where people are coming from. It's just an out-of-place scene, which can be said from the whole prologue. It's not needed, it adds nothing to the actual story, and there's no subplots, no side story, nothing like that. It's completely pointless, and this scene is weird, man. And in my opinion, they've ruined Batgirl here. Batgirl, who's badass, awesome, she's just a fun character, she can do everything on her own, is turned into a whiny little girl who complains she can't be with someone. She's chasing a man for 20 minutes. That's all it is. The prologue is her chasing a man for 20 minutes like some pre-teen girl who thinks not having a boyfriend is the end of the world. That's basically what they've done to her. So in my opinion, they messed up here. They painted her in a really bad light, and the whole prologue is pointless and is annoying and it's pretty boring. So by the end of it, you're not in as good frame of mind as you were if, say, it was just the Killing Joke element. So yeah. But yeah, let's just move on to the Killing Joke part, the actual big element you want to see in this film for. So let's just pretend the prologue doesn't exist, it's gone, it's just, shoo. Why? So yeah, let's just jump to the Killing Joke. And if you haven't read the book, the story of the Killing Joke is that the Joker breaks out of Arkham Asylum for like the millionth time. He shoots and paralyzes Barbara Gordon, who is Batgirl, who stopped being Batgirl at the end of the prologue. So he shoots and paralyzes her, kidnaps Commissioner Gordon and tries to make him snap, to go mad by showing him pictures of his daughter lying there bleeding out and naked. The Joker undresses her to kind of imply that he's done things to her, and just torturing Gordon just to prove a point that everybody can be him. Everybody can have one really bad day filled with all the shit you can think of and snap and turn into him and go down his path. So the whole story of the Killing Joke is Joker trying to prove a point. And that's it. And I just have to say, this is one of the best adaptions I have ever seen. They were meticulous in detail. They could have everything down to the most minor thing to the exact T. And it actually felt like they were drawing on very flimsy pieces of glass, and that if they went outside of the lines or away from the source material, it would shatter and they wouldn't have a film. And of course, this doesn't add anything new or surprising to the story, but if you wanted a painted by numbers, page by page, panel by panel adaptation, you got it, and I have to give them props for that. They did a fantastic job at adapting this thing. Now let's talk about the animation, which is the most pivotal point of these films. If the animation is complete shit, no one will want to go and watch the film. That's basically it. And it is great, it works really well. I love this art style, it really complements the source material. It's eerily close to the comic book, which is scary and awesome at the same time, as it's just seeing the comic in motion, and all those famous scenes look amazing, but it did falter in places, and sometimes it could look really, really bad. And there's one point where Joker's buying an amusement park, which leads on to the end of the movie, and there's a close-up of his face, and just certain line placement and the way they've drew his face out looks horrible, and moments like that let down the rest of the film and the animation, which looks great. and all those scenes look fantastic. It's just slight faults in it hurting the rest of the movie, which is quite sad, and I think they should have put more time and money into this to make it look better, but as they wanted to make it as much like the comic as they could, this happened. But I did enjoy it. It works for the most part, and animation is great, and those little falters are a bit annoying and a bit, oh, come on, that shouldn't happen there, that shouldn't be happening. Then there's that voice cast. Oh, that voice cast. It's all the voices you love. Kevin Conroy, Tara Strong, Mark Hamill, and they all pull good performances here. Kevin Conroy as Batman, he will always be in that voice. Whenever you see Batman, it's like, Kevin Conroy's voice is going to come out of that. He's been Batman for 20 years, so yeah, he is pivotal voice of that. He is Batman, basically. And all those famous lines are great to hear in that classic animated Batman voice. But I think he's getting to the end of his Batman voicing career, as a lot of lines felt phoned in and a bit weird, which is upsetting as he is Batman, and I hope he's Batman for as long as he can be, but I think he's just getting near the end of his voicing career as Batman, because obviously he'll be older, his voice won't be able to take it as much, or stuff like that. But he did a great job for the most part. All those lines are brilliant in that voice, and yeah, I think he's just getting near the end of it, which is quite upsetting to me, but yeah, he's Batman, he's still Batman, he probably always will be Batman, so that's about it. It doesn't feel like he's given it his all, basically. Then there's Tara Strong as Batgirl and Barbara Gordon. Can't really fault her. Did a good job. Nothing wrong with that performance. And then there's Mark Hamill. Never stop being Joker, sir. Never stop being Joker. You are the quintessential voice of that character. You are the Joker. That's all I have to say. You are the Joker. You have the biggest smile on your face when he's doing all the speeches from the comic and everything, if you've read it beforehand. And wow. He is the Joker. But again, he didn't give it his all, wasn't given 100% or as much oomph as he's known for. Obviously, again, he's probably just getting older, can't do it as much, hope he's Joker for as long as possible, but obviously can't do the voices well anymore. For example, there's some lines where, you know, you should be sitting there going, holy crap, like the first Joker laugh, when he comes out of the chemicals, he's got green hair, he's white and all that. That laugh should terrify you. You should be sitting there going, holy shit, let's run away from this guy. He's going to kill everybody. Holy crap. And it just didn't do that for me. But all those lines again are perfect in his voice. He delivers mostly everything to perfection. It's just slight ones that just don't work as well as they should, coming from him especially. I think he just wasn't given 100% as he usually does. I think that's all I can say, really. There's not much left to say. It's a great adaptation. It's class act, and they get everything down to the most minor detail, and it's quite scary how much like the comic it is. Of course there's slight dialogue changes, but they're that minuscule, you don't notice. The animation looks amazing. Again, I love that art style, even though it has a slight falter here and there, but as it holds up for all of the movie basically, you can let slight hiccups go, but it does let down the rest of the film, and that voice cast is amazing. They're amazing. The only problem is Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill don't seem to be doing as much as they can. They don't seem to be putting it their all or 100%. I guess just because they're getting a bit older and they've been doing their voices for too long. They'll probably run out. They're probably just tired. Go see it. This is a great adaptation. Just skip those 20 minutes. When you buy it, just skip them. If you show it to people, this should make them read comics if you're showing the movie to them. Just skip the 20 minutes, because they're pointless, they add nothing, and at least they're very out of place scene between characters. So, for this review, I'm going to do two scores, one with the prologue and one without it, as I think if you didn't have the prologue in the film, it'd be a slightly different experience. So with the prologue, I'm going to give Batman the Killing Joke a 7 out of 10. And the sole reason for that score is the prologue lets the rest of it down. It's pointless, adds nothing, the scene is really weird and not really needed, and it adds nothing to the main story. It was just there to make the film longer, because they had to reach the 90 minutes, and I think without that, you'd be in a much better frame of mind when the Killing Joke starts, because by the end of the prologue, you're bored. So without the prologue, I'm going to give Batman the Killing Joke an 8 out of 10, as it's a class act adaptation. Again, if you wanted painted by numbers, like panel by panel adaptation, you have it here. So they did a great job, you've got great animation, the voice cast is absolutely awesome, and they all pull great performances, even though Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill don't do everything that you think they should. They don't put in as much effort as they would have done, you know, a few years beforehand or something like that, or if this was their last act as these characters. The story and everything, how it's shown on screen, is brilliant. If you read the comic, you are so happy, and you should have a great time with this if you can just make it through those 20 minutes. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, rock out on that like button, leave a comment down below and tell me your thoughts on The Killing Joke, if you've seen it, what you thought of the 20-minute prologue and that controversial scene that isn't as much of a big deal to me, but I can understand where people are coming from. And if you like this kind of review, as I want to do this more, as the other ones take too long to get all the pictures and the video clips that YouTube sometimes don't let me use. They're like, oh, you can't use that one, and I'll change it. And they're like, oh, you can't use that one either. So they take way too long, and this way, and being more one-to-one, you'll see me more, you'll see how I feel kind of just after seeing the movie, as you can get a review maybe a day or two after I've seen a thing. So I think this will be much better, and don't forget to subscribe, as it does really help me out, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.